Hi, Lisa K. Donner here for Liberty Nation, and with me today is Sarah Cowgill, our national correspondent. Sarah, people are a bit more than antsy about getting back to work in red state America, aren't they? And it's largely falling on partisan lines, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. And antsy is an understatement. I can kind of keep tabs on a lot of different states going here in the flyover country. And, out of every 100, put us back to work, let us go, open the restaurants, I need a drink. There's one person out of every 100 that says, oh, I'm afraid. So it's overwhelmingly time to put people back to work if it's at all possible.
All right, so if we go back to the last election, we're looking at essentially 21, I believe it's 21 states that are, considered red states.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how many of them have Democratic governors and Republican governors, but it does seem like the Republican governors are a little more willing to open things up.
Absolutely. They don't want socialism. They don't want the government in control and feeding their people. They want people back to work. They want people out of their homes. They want, precautions, but red state governors want to get on with it. This is a little bit crazy at this point in time.
Well, if you look at the map of COVID-19 and right on the Liberty Nation site, it cites each state. And it says, when they're set to open up. It looks like most of them are opening up May 1.
I think it's pretty solid. You're going to get a little bit of blowback, but you've also got states like Illinois and Indiana, Ohio and Kentucky that are kind of teaming up to figure out what's best for their cities and their rural areas and try to do it in concert so that not everybody's flooding out or flooding over to the next state. They're trying to work in tandem, and there's Governor Holcomb in Indiana is a true blue Republican, and Governor Pritzker in Illinois is a Democrat, but they're all working together. It's kind of nice to see that they're all trying to get things opened back up for their people.
All right, now there has been some hullabaloo in Georgia, and that's a red state.
There's been hullabaloo. You're going to have that when you have large cities like Atlanta that are a little more panic-stricken than the rural areas. And they're going to demand that they slow the roll a little bit, pump the brakes. They're not ready to allow people just running willy-nilly without masks and gloves, and they don't have the amount of tests that they need to run if people are coming in with symptoms of COVID. So you're going to have the big cities pushing back a little bit. The rural areas are about ready to lose their minds.
What about, why do you think this is happening on partisan lines?
Well, because we went from a booming economy with a high stock market, just rallying cries. We went from everybody employed to everybody's unemployed. And red staters don't believe in the government dole. They want people back to work. They want people self-sufficient. And, sitting on their couches watching Netflix and getting a government check while the people panic in DC or in the larger cities isn't faring very well here.
I was talking to a lady today who said that she has a friend who's a real estate agent, and the real estate market here in DC isn't slowing down a bit. And she was a bit miffed about that because, there's a lot of people really suffering. But really, government employees are still largely working. I mean, maybe from home, but, they're getting their paychecks.
Well, a lot of people have held their jobs. I mean, a lot of people are working from home. Half the time the internet's crashing because of all of the students and all of the college students that have come home and all the people that are, weighing in from their couch. It's a mess, and it all needs to get back to normal. I don't see any real estate slowing down anywhere, but it's only been 2 months.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Red State correspondent and national correspondent for LibertyNation.com, Sarah Cowgill. Thanks for being with us today, Sarah.
Hey, my pleasure.
And thank you for watching. Remember to hit LibertyNation.com early and often. Thanks very much. Have a great day.